Welcome to Wallingford, Connecticut. We're going up and down the main street because the road into the fairgrounds that we're supposed to go to for the Pontiac show is closed. So we'll just drive up and down the main street, watch the Pontiacs go that way, and the Pontiacs go that way. We're following a 74 or 75 Grand Prix, and there's a 61 Bonneville convertible following us, and a 67 GTO with a hood tack following him with a good rumble. So maybe it's behind the cemetery, adjacent to this monster factory that you'll see in a second. Big old factory. Back when America was great, but no problemo. Donald Trump's going to fix all that. He's going to put everybody back to work on the what they call it, the mill wheel, the grinding wheel. Got a Pontiac behind us and a Pontiac behind him, and the only Pontiac we don't see is the 55 two-door sedan that went the other way. Maybe this is how you get across the river to train tracks. Who knows? We'd like to get to the Pontiac show in our 65 Grand Prix 389 sucking premium ethanol-free fuel. $2.89 a gallon. Parker Place. Select units available. I guess they select the ones that are empty, huh? Big old factory. Back when America was great. No problemo. Donald Trump will fix it. He's good at fixing things. They'd just go bankrupt. Sell to China for half price. 10 cents on the dollar. That's the American way. Pontiacs. So we went down the road a little ways and we found it. And just back there, one block, there's a Corvette show. Forget the Pontiacs, I want to go to the Corvette show. Lots of Pontiacs at the Polish Alliance Park. And there's a 65 Bonneville with 8 luggers. I'm going to park right beside him. Love it. Welcome to the Polish National Alliance Park. Time to pay money to get in. I want to drive that Bonneville, the white one. Yahoo! We're at the Pontiac show. Wish I was at the Corvette show and I wish it wasn't so breezy. Pontiac, we love our Pontiac. No, I've done nothing except show up. Gotta pay you some money?
Yes, please.
How much?
$10.
There you go. 10 US dollars. I want to go to the Corvette show. Do you have a discount rate if I go to the Corvette show just a block away?
Oh, actually, I think it's just right up the street.
Yeah, there was one right there. All right. Thank you.
Hang on a second.
Whoop.
Give all that. And let's see, stock 65 and
6.5er Survivor Grand Prix.
Yep, so it's going to be Class C. You're going to be right there next to the convertible, and then after you're parked, up to the blue tent for your show package.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, sit out of luck.
We made it. Shh. Watch your language. Oh, lots of junk for sale. Some good junk.
Oh,
Want to do donuts in the parking lot? Yahoo! We're not in California. We're at Tape Measure Central. Were you lost or were I lost?
No, you know what?
That was crazy.
I always
Hang on a second. We're just measuring. You know, when we're kids, we measure certain things, and when we're adults, we measure other things. I'll leave it open for a second. I'm going to measure it and make a video of it.
Oh, okay.
So now that we're old, and unlike Donald Trump, I've got these little hands here. So I'm going to measure how big my trunk is, like an elephant. And my trunk is, the opening is almost 28 inches, which if I had a metric tape measure, I'd tell the people from Canada and Europe how big it is. Almost 28 inches.
got you beat by a lot.
The real opening. I guessed yesterday when I was working on this thing, it was a foot. So I got 28 inches, not quite 28 inches. Let's put it on the 65 Bonneville.
I know.
And I've got to extend this tape measure because it is a lot. Just deleted some water pump videos yesterday and taking great care not to scratch this beautiful paint. That's the problem with these beautiful cars. 42.5 inches. My trunk is 28. This is 14 inches longer. I've got to put the bodies in mine side to side, like the Jimmy Hoffa's, and you get to put yours lengthwise.
I get him and his wife in the family.
Yeah. Oh, that is quite the trunk. Now, I was telling you there was a difference here. I was in a junkyard last summer in California, and there was a whole bunch of these 65s, all kinds of states of disrepair. And you'd think that the Catalina that has 2 taillights would be the same as the Bonneville, except the Bonneville has a third one.
Yeah.
Totally different.
Totally different?
Totally different. The reflectors are different. The lens is a whole bunch of differences. And I had 2 of these grill bars, both mangled. And I offered to buy them from the guy for cheap. He says, no, I want 75 bucks each. I said, they're mangled. One guy had punched the trunk in and destroyed it here, and one was broken. He said, I want 75 bucks each. I said, I just want them to hang up on my wall. 75 bucks each. And they were junk. But there's a lot of differences between the Catalina that has 2 and the Bonneville with a third. Yep. Substantial. I think the reflector...
Same thing. I thought there was just missing one light. So I figured.
What it was there was 2 guys that were engineering these. And one guy said, I want the 3.
Yeah.
Like, I'll make mine different. It'll look the same. Who the hell knows who makes these decisions? If there's letters here or in the Grand Prix. They've got a little GP badge over here.
Yep.
Who makes these decisions on how things are going to look? Do you have the premium fuel gas cap?
Yep.
No, you don't. Look at this. This car is so original. It still has the premium fuel only gas cap.
You got the original cap on it, they did.
Yeah, I cheated and put it on. I found it in the junkyard.
Oh, okay.
I knew where to look. And my backup lights were supposedly optional, but they all have them. Anyways, we're going to go look around some of these cars. Bonneville. Top of the line Pontiac. Time to make a video because the crowd is thinning. Look at that artwork dashboard. Better make my video because the crowd's starting to thin with the snow coming. Sure feels like it, doesn't it? What a beautiful Bonneville. Parked next to my 65 Grand Prix Survivor. You've seen that one. Next to a 67 Patriotic Catalina with factory, dealer installed after the factory, dealer installed air conditioning. And a 67 convertible. I had a 67 Parisienne convertible. Mine was a rusted piece of junk. And here's another 65 Grand Prix that this fellow bought from his neighbor for $2,000. Rebuilt the engine, cranked that baby up, put on disc brakes, and now we're going to have them put on front and rear monster anti-sway bars. Rob that radiator, get it to cool, put a fan shroud on. If you can find one, you got to find the fan shroud. And the interior was the rare cloth interior. Wood grain's in good shape.
Yeah.
Beautiful Pontiac Grand Prix. Full tank of fuel. Now he does not have the gauges, I do. He's got a giant turn signal. I've got gauges and a tack. What else we got here? 1968 Pontiac Safari Executive. 45,000 mile car. What a beauty. 43,000 miles. 8 lug wheels last year for the 8 luggers. 402 barrel. Economy. Air conditioning and 8 luggers and wood grain, and what a survivor.